Today I wanted to try something new at least to me. I figured I'd give embroidery a try as I've wanted to attempt it for many years. After looking up some inspiration across Google, I came up with a design that I thought I could execute based off of a mashup of a few of the designs that I saw. I wanted something sort of gothy, but not too dark or too out there, as I had intended to put this piece onto a pocket of a dress that I had recently made. After a couple of configurations, I had settled on this raven and chrysanthemum design. It felt simple enough for a first type piece. I'm not totally new to holding needle and thread in my hand, as I have sewn quite a bit throughout my life. However, this is my first real attempt at embroidery for anything more than an amigurumi face. I'm fairly certain I should have ironed this fabric, however, I was too excited and really just wanted to get started. If it was too bad, I had intended to go ahead and iron the piece, but stretching it seemed to get plenty of the wrinkles out. After getting the fabric what I thought was perfect, I thought I'd go ahead and draw on my design. However, I couldn't actually draw on it while the fabric was in the hoop, so I took the fabric almost immediately back out and went to draw my design. However, I couldn't get it exactly the way I wanted it, and figured without a good sketch I wasn't going to be able to embroider a decent enough picture. I went back to the drawing board and came up with this, which I felt was a little more reasonable for my first time skills. I also decided to include a painted background, as I had seen mixed media in some of the pieces that I really liked. Painting the moon and cat gave me a base I was more comfortable working off of. However, I hadn't anticipated just how difficult the paint would make it to push the needle through the fabric. It had taken quite a few breaks, but after this first row of petals, I felt I had gotten comfortable with this new craft. So I settled into my crafting nest for a couple hours of uninterrupted embroidery before I had to get my children up and off for school. It took me nearly 2 hours to finish the light blue petals and to learn how to make a French knot without it coming undone as I pulled the thread through. While I do find the process relaxing, I'm not quite used to progress being so slow. As I worked, it became very clear to me that there was no way I was going to get this entire design done in time to use this particular project as a pocket on the dress that I had intended it for. I did still want to finish at least this first flower as a true attempt at my first go of embroidery. With whatever little progress was made, it was time to finally set aside my work and wake my family to truly begin the day. Surprisingly, one of the most satisfactory parts of this endeavor has been rewinding the thread onto these makeshift bobbins. And thanks to my husband, I was able to capture this angle, as I'm still new to YouTube and had no idea how to film over my own shoulder. Throughout the day, I was able to finish all of the French knots that were needed for the center. And by evening, I had finished the first flower completely. While there is much more to be done with this design, I am still very happy with the progress that I've made on my very first attempt at embroidery. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for joining me as I try new things. I hope to continue recording my progress over this new craft and many more to come. And if you're only here for crochet patterns, be sure to join me next time as I go over how I make these mini sea turtles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for something new.